Hi, I'm Julie. I'm the VP for VIP Relations for the Darren Hardy A-Team. Every morning I make my coffee, have some quiet time in scripture, and then listen to Darren daily with my hubby and 2 kiddos, and they're teenagers. One of my favorite Darren dailies has been passion. Get you some. The key lesson is that no matter what you do, you have passion in everything you do and say. As Paul the Apostle said, things I once hated, I now love, and things I loved, I now hate. And his example of passionate living is an incredible inspiration of passion that can have lasting impact. We're still talking about him and his passion nearly 2,000 years later. So let's watch this together now.
So I want to share a really interesting story with you. And it's a story that's set back in the early Christian years. Now, first of all, you have to remember that way back when, in the beginning of the Christian movement, it isn't like it is today. The early Christian years were mean, tough, and ugly. And back then, you couldn't just go around saying, I'm a Christian. They would cut off your head and throw you in jail. Unlike today, you couldn't fill up an entire Coliseum for a Sunday to go watch Joel Osteen. In fact, it was well known back then, if you were a Christian, the one place you wanted to stay out of was the Coliseum, especially on Sundays where they had fun feeding Christians to the lions. You've heard of those stories, right? Well, when things are mean, tough, and ugly, that's when you need a leader, someone of influence. So the story says God is out recruiting. Well, God picks this guy named Saul, and Saul is from a place called Tarsus. Now, Saul was a great pick because he's an incredible guy. His nickname, in fact, was called All Out Saul, because whatever Saul was into, you were going to hear about it. Saul had a political opinion, everyone was going to know about it. Saul liked a new wine, everybody was going to be trying it sooner or later. That was All Out Saul. Now, there was only one problem with Saul about a potential candidate to lead the Christians. The problem was he hated Christians. He hated them so much, and he had some credibility in the community, that he could get letters of authority to go around killing Christians. Well, this one time Saul heard about this group that was growing up in Damascus, and Saul goes into a fit and a rage, and Saul gathers some men, he gets some letters of authority, and he goes booking it for Damascus. Now, if you read the text, it said he was breathing threats of slaughter, which meant what? Saul felt pretty passionate about this. So God's looking down on this whole scene, sees Saul, and he says, look at that Saul, that's my guy. So a lightning bolt comes from the sky, knocks Saul off his horse, buries his face in the sand, blinds him for 3 days. Of course, God has some recruiting tools we just don't have available to us humans, right? I mean, wouldn't you love to have somebody say, no, I'm not interested in your product or service. Lightning bolt from the sky, blinded for 3 days, right? Wouldn't that be great? Well, as you probably know, the story goes that Saul gets converted to Christianity. It is Saul of Tarsus that you might know now of as Paul the Apostle, one of the greatest Christian leaders there ever was. And there's a famous quote by Paul in the Bible that says, the things I once hated, I now love. And the things I once loved, I now hate. The point being, no matter what he believed in, he was passionate about it. So here's your challenge for today, passion. That's what you want to find in yourself and what you are looking for when you're out recruiting others to join your business. Be passionate, have an opinion, have energy about you. Bring a steadfast passion into every room that you enter, every call that you're on, every conversation you have. Today, fire up your passion and bring it with you everywhere. Hey, just for today, try it. Walking, talking, and living a white-hot burning passion.
Wasn't that great? Now, what that message meant to me was that on this journey of life, we may change what we believe as we grow, learn, and mature, but we have to live every day with passion, no lukewarm living. How I've used it is, in my life, is identifying my divine purpose, my 3 priorities, my faith, my family, and my career on the A-Team, and living purposefully, living passionately on every day, impacting others in a positive way. It was so great to be able to share this particular Darren Daily with my friends and family, to get them all on board with me. This experience has been amazing, as many of my family and friends responded so well to this idea that we can all now live passionately together, making a bigger impact on those around us.